Welcome to another episode of Not Too Deep. It's a very exciting episode. We have Kandee Johnson back with us. It's her second time on the podcast. She is a mom, a mogul, a master of the Flashback Friday, Throwback Thursday photos, and just an infinite well of wisdom and joy. And I could honestly listen to this woman talk about anything forever. So I hope that you are infected by how precious this soul is. Enjoy this episode of Not Too Deep with Kandee Johnson.
Not too deep.
Hey, you got a great idea that you're ready to turn into a reality? I have the companion for you. It's Squarespace. They make it easier than ever to launch your passion project. If you want to showcase your work or if you want to sell a product of any kind, they have beautiful templates and the ability to customize just about anything so you can easily make a beautiful website all by yourself. But if you get stuck, they have 24/7 award-winning customer support that is there to help you out. So head to squarespace.com/grace for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code GRACE to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Not too deep. Not too deep. With Grace Helbig.
Kandee Johnson is back on Not Too Deep. I'm so excited that you're here.
Me too.
Oh my God. Okay, so we talked a little bit. We've had to reschedule this multiple times on both
At
of our...
first, I was like, "Does Grace hate me?"
No,
and
no,
I'm
no,
being
no, no.
canceled. But I'm like, "But they call back."
No. I wanted you because you're the most joyous spirit and soul that I've
Thank you.
ever encountered. But we've had to cancel on our end multiple times. But the first time was you had to deal with the actual fires that were in.
That was my fault.
No, it wasn't your fault.
I didn't start the fires, but we were evacuated from a house.
Yeah, I think it was like nature's fault at that point, which is so insane. But everything's okay.
Yeah.
But
I just would have been like Kandee in 3 days of the same sweatpants that I left my house in on your podcast, which would have been real bad.
That's kind of technically what I'm wearing right now. It's like the same clothes that I've been wearing for 3 days. But that was insane. Like that was a real, and you were.
It was crazy.
I saw it a little bit on your Instagram story.
Yeah, there was like flames. Like by the end of the street when I was driving out, I'm like, my house is a goner. Like, oh well.
But that's crazy. And also, like, how do you manage in that moment how much you're like posting online about like the reality of everything that's happening to you versus like, I don't know how to process this myself right now.
It's weird because like when you do things on the internet that becomes you're like, oh, this is crazy. I should share this so it's not me alone.
Right.
And we were stuck in like traffic. We couldn't leave the neighborhood. Like we were just stuck because like hundreds or thousands of cars were trying to all go to the freeway. So we were stuck there. So I was like, I guess I'll film these flames. Yeah. And then
but also like to show that
this
is a real thing that's happening.
It's crazy because then later when I'm in my hotel room that we evacuated to, I played it back. I'm like, what the heck? Those flames are close.
Yeah.
I didn't really realize when I was just sitting there and I was like, oh, Instagram stories made this a little real.
No, I was watching it being like, holy shit. Like I was on the opposite side of Los Angeles, so I didn't really have to like deal with it firsthand. Yeah. It was very real. It was more real seeing it on your Instagram story than it was seeing it on any like news.
Yeah, for real. Because I was like, that's on my street. And there were flames like up behind my house. That part I didn't film because I was like, we're going to catch on fire. I don't have time to put my phone up. But I was like, this looks like I'm literally in hell. Like,
but so
flames.
You guys were evacuated. You went to a hotel and then you basically just sit at the hotel until they tell you, until a person tells you that you can go back to your house.
Yeah, well, you check. Like you would keep checking and seeing if you could go back. And then like so many people evacuated, there weren't hotels for continuous nights. So it was like, we're sold out for tomorrow already. So it was like, be in a hotel, wake up, search, call 25,000 hotels, see who had a room. I was driving all over like Orange County, up like another 60 miles somewhere else. It was so insane. In the same sweatpants I left my house.
But that's so nuts.
I was trying to upload videos in the lobbies looking like a crazy person.
Wait, you were still creating your content at the same time?
Yeah, I was still trying to upload. I'm like, oh, the Wi-Fi. It was...
Okay, this is why you will never fail at anything you do, is because you are a consummate businesswoman through and through. Even though your entire home, you were saying, you're like, I've never prepared for a fire, but the things I grabbed leaving my house were like hard drives.
Yeah, my hard drives and all my computers. I'm like, I can't replace you. You can rebuild my house. My clothes are kind of outdated. Those can burn.
Yeah, you unintentionally Marie Kondo'd your house.
I was like, this will be the ultimate Marie Kondo of everything. All the joy is gone.
That's nuts. Okay, but let's talk about your work ethic is like bar none. 'Cause I feel like there's...
Oh, man, really?
Well, I feel like there's a lot of content creators because what you started in 2008?
Yeah, I think I filmed my first video in 2008, and then I didn't upload it till January of 2009 because I was like, I don't know. I was like scared.
But still, that's extremely early on the platform.
Yeah,
and
there was like so few people. It was great. It was like, you are going to be a star because there's only 10 people to watch.
How did you hear about YouTube when you first found, like, how did you find YouTube?
Yeah, because like who was watching YouTube? Like nobody. Like
I found it because I had an editing teacher I took an editing class in college, and my teacher made us all sign up for YouTube so we could share our projects with each other. I thought it was an intercollegiate like website.
Like you shared your work.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was like a global platform until later. And so now there's videos from 2007 that are my editing like projects from college that are still on my channel.
I love it.
But how did you find YouTube originally?
My friend showed me this girl, Lauren Luke. Her name was Panacea81.
Wow.
And she was doing Panacea81. And she's like the whole reason I started because she was doing makeup tutorials. And she was just showing how you use these palettes in London, somewhere around London, the UK. And her dog would be snoring in the background. She'd be dropped. I was like, she's so cute. I feel like I'm her best friend. I love her. And I was like, what? I've been a makeup artist for years. I could teach all the women that were like, I never learned how. And I was like, this is genius.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I think I just really, you don't even see my face in the first video. I had a cold. It doesn't even sound like me. I'm like, and then you take your brush. It's like so terrible. No one would even know it's me because you don't see my face. And then people were like so excited and they were like, oh, tell me this. How do you do this? What do you eat? How do you cut your shirt? How do you do? I was like, oh, like I have friends. And I was like cranking out like sometimes 3 videos a day, every day. I was like a gamer. I was like 2-3 videos a day, just like, okay, this is how I make my smoothie. This is how you do your eyebrows. It was like,
wow.
I look back now, I'm like, what the heck? But
what was I doing?
There was no pressure.
Of course.
Video quality was poor. But editing was even poorer. It was like,
but I feel like you started back then. It was just you. You're doing everything, and
you couldn't even make money at it. It was just like purely for the love,
for like the joy of being able to like not be told you couldn't put something on a platform.
Yeah, and it was like the Wild West. There was nothing. Like my thumbnails were so terrible.
I didn't even know about thumbnails till 2010.
I didn't even know you could make them. I was like, oh, I guess YouTube picked that for me.
I'll take this derp face.
I'm kind of blinking and it's pretty dark and shady. You can't even see me, but hope somebody watches it.
But I feel like you've still retained, like you've grown your business, you've grown your brand, you've grown like all of your content creation, but you're still doing like you can still tell it's from you. Like you don't have
I hope so.
Yeah, no, that's the thing that I respect so much is that a lot of people, build up these big production teams and
then you're like, oh, it's so glossy.
That's what I mean. And it makes this glossy content that feels a little like less personal.
It doesn't feel like your friend. It doesn't feel like your friend with the dog snoring in the UK anymore.
Exactly. Well, it doesn't feel like, oh, you had an idea at 3 a.m. and you can't sleep, so you're making this video anyway. Like, I think you still retain that, which I think is so cool.
Oh, thank you.
Do you ever, because I constantly kind of juggle with the idea of like, I want to make sure I'm still staying true to myself and doing the stuff that I liked doing when I first started.
Oh, for sure.
But then also like, should I have a bigger team helping me? Like, how do you manage all that?
Oh, I think that's like been the number one thing that I've struggled with is because, and I think I probably am like, not controlling in life. Like I'm not like going to dinner. People like, we're eating here. You're eating this. But I feel like when it comes to like my creativity, like what I worked on, I feel like I'm it's like your baby, you know? So like even editing, I've had very few videos edited by other people.
Really?
Somebody edits better than me. I know it.
Oh yeah.
And I should let go of that. And then even bringing people in, I think it's really hard unless you know they're equal, if not better than what you're doing. It's really hard to let go of control. And I'll be like, I could just do it faster, if I just do it myself, which isn't good.
But it isn't good because then you give yourself that much more work.
Then I'm editing till like 5 in the morning or 7 in the morning and not sleeping. And the next day I'm like, I hate life. I just go live on an island without the internet. The pendulum swings hard,
Yeah, but I mean, you balance a full life outside of just making like beauty videos. Like it's insane how much you manage. Like
that I agree.
Yeah, what's your day-to-day like on a normal basis?
I mean, the day-to-day is hard because like no matter how I stay up late editing, I still have to get up and take my kids to school, and their school doesn't start at 10, you know, it starts at early time. So I'm like, oh, my eyes are burning. But so then that's hard to be in that mode, and then I usually have to come back, and then it's like meetings or a lot of timelines and deadlines for other projects I'm working on that aren't YouTube based. And YouTube, I'm going to film my next video in the next couple of days. It's terrible. This is the longest break I've taken from YouTube. Like,
really? How long's it been?
Since December. Like, there's been no video in 2019.
But that's okay.
Really?
I mean, I get your anxiety. I get the fact that like every month feels like a year when you're off of YouTube. Like time moves in a different
weird
like,
speed
on YouTube and online. And you feel like you might be forgotten, or you feel like you might be like,
I'm scared of that algorithm. I'm scared to jump back into that YouTube
knows
algorithm.
What the algorithm is.
I was like, you're going to show my video to 2 people. This is great.
Yeah, I've given up on trying to figure that out. It's like a hieroglyphic that I will never actually understand.
Or it's not real. They're just we're not showing it. Algorithm.
I wish Shane Dawson would do a conspiracy theory about
on the algorithm.
I
was like, I saw Susan was at your house. Can you? Are you doing a conspiracy theory?
Yeah,
YouTube algorithm.
What's going on there? Yeah, you have 3 kids.
4
kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we sit here too long. Maybe they'll have
there
more.
There might be another one by the end of this podcast. Wait, what are the ages?
8, 11, 13, and 22.
Wow.
Yeah, I just, whatever age range you want, demographic, I got one in there. Like, you want to test out toys? Got it. You want to test out young adult? Got it.
How do you have any presets on them of like, if they want to make videos? Like, is there anything that you're like, I don't want you guys to be on YouTube, or like you can do whatever you want?
I mean, it's weird because they grew up with it. Like my little one I was literally
your
editing.
Little girl that is your mini-me is the sweetest little peach I've ever seen.
Oh, she's so sweet.
Her in videos is...
Oh my gosh, she just melts me. Like,
she sounds like a cartoon character. She is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
I think so too.
Yeah.
She's grown up with it, so it's so funny. Like, I was literally editing like 2 hours after I gave birth to her. Like, she literally probably has like weird electromagnetic radiation from my laptop being so near her all the time.
You're like, cool, made you. Okay, now I gotta
she's
upload.
asleep. I got a deadline. Like, it's just not. That's the point where I was like, this isn't right, Kandee. You gotta stop.
But look, some people go to offices and they're not physically present in their kids' lives.
Yeah, and I'm just like rocking. I'm like, where it's hard to edit when your hands moving and see what's happening.
But at least you're present. So does she fully understand all of it?
Yeah, and she loves it. Like, she loves it. And then the kids, YouTube really wasn't popular my first few years. They were like, what, you're not weird making your videos. And then now they're like, oh my gosh, you know, so-and-so's coming over. Like, now they're just like really in it, and they think it's so crazy. And they've grown up with it. So they like, they have better advice. Like,
You're like, what's popular?
I went
right
hiking
now?
with my son, and he's like, Mom, you got to stop doing those favorites videos because no one wants to see monthly favorites anymore. I was like,
wow.
What? He's like, you need to do some challenges. He's like, kids watch challenges. They're not, he's like, nobody cares what your favorite products are.
Oh my God. Can I have a think tank with your kids?
Yeah, go take him on a hike. He just spills it all out.
Oh my God. You should just start like, having them just become advisors to everyone's
they're
channels.
Like my creative content director. I'm like, what's my calendar look like, guys? They're like, well, you got challenges. You're making every kind of slime in the world. Like, I hate slime.
Oh, that's incredible. I was going to ask, what is the thing that you... because slime to me is like such a joke right now.
I know, like, is it still going?
I don't know.
Is it done? Is it dead?
I don't know.
There's like a new crop of 3-year-olds that are like, slime! We never heard of it before.
I feel like it's going to come in waves.
Elmer's Glue is just like paying people like make slime videos. Here's more money.
Honestly, that might be what's happening.
Yeah, that and whatever ingredients are in it.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you maintain like your content? Is it?
I feel like it feels so random, and then it's weird because I don't like being labeled or limited to a label.
Sure.
Like, even when people ask what you do, it's really weird. Like, on planes, I just dread that question. People are like, what do you do? I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go.
Yeah, well, I've been starting off this podcast with what's your deal to everyone.
Ooh, what did they say?
Everyone is very taken aback and like uncomfortable with that question.
Like, what do you mean? What's my nose?
But I'm the same thing with you. That like when someone says like, what do
you
do
on a plane? When somebody's like, what do you do? What do you lead off with?
I think I say comedy. I do comedy. And then when they say
that
like...
sounds cool.
But it
Grace.
doesn't. But then they go, oh, are you a stand-up? And I go, no. And then they're like, so where do you do comedy? And then I say, oh, I make YouTube videos primarily.
And then do they look at... That's where the weird look comes in, kind of?
And then it's almost inviting more questions.
It becomes a full-blown question.
I should just say I work at a bank. I don't know why.
I'm a maid. I work at Forever 21.
I'm a college dropout. I have nothing to offer you in this conversation. This is me politely declining to engage with you
for
in
the
conversation.
next hour of how I make money.
Yeah.
Is that monetized?
I've gotten so anxious about editing on planes. I used to just edit on planes all the time and be totally fine and like headphones in, think that I'm in like a bubble to myself.
See you.
And then one time a guy just like poked me with my headphones in and I had to take them off and he's like, what are you doing? And I was
and you're like, oh my gosh.
I'm editing a video.
He's like, for what? What are you doing?
And it was that. And it like he totally broke the social wall. And I was like, do you not understand?
Headphone law.
Yeah.
Headphone law, man.
Exactly. And so now that's like ruined me to edit on planes anymore. That I'm like PTSD about that
don't look
social
at me.
interaction that I'm like, I'm too embarrassed to edit this video.
Because it's your face on the street. Who's watching their own face? They're like, either think you're a narcissist or like what? And then they'll be the same thing, headphones. They're like, is that you? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't have makeup on today, but that is her with makeup on.
But you still edit all of your videos.
Yeah,
for
and
the
I
most
should
part.
probably stop because I'm not really good at it. I think I'm better at it than I am. And I'm like, no one will make my videos like me. And you're like, yours are pretty terrible. So
I know. I haven't taken since college any classes on editing. And I'm the same way that I'm
took
like...
classes, though.
Basically, just a class that taught me how Final Cut works, and then
you were already ahead of the game.
But then I don't have Final Cut on Final Cut. We have Final Cut Pro X now, but I had like the whatever college version of it was. So it taught me enough to know how to make jump cuts, basically.
That's amazing. I was Googling Windows Movie Maker in 2008. I was like, all I got is a Dell laptop, so I can't even get iMovie yet.
But I think that's where the charm still is. That's what I'm afraid sometimes to give my videos to an editor because I feel like people will know didn't do it.
Yeah.
That it's actually like there isn't just 20 seconds of black space that I forgot about in the middle of it. And that's what makes it my own.
And my subpar music selection because I don't have like someone writing me songs.
Yeah, the 3 royalty-free loops that I use on every
Those
single
YouTube songs
video.
Are like the first 5 years that everybody used. You'd be like, I just heard this same song 25 times. I got to pick a new Old Town Country Road or what was it? It was not that, but it was like Old Country. Or like.
Yeah, I remember Mamie and I watched Colleen Ballinger's like announcing that she's pregnant video. And the first thing both of us said was like, oh, she used Life of Riley as a track. We can't use that anymore because people are going to associate that with her pregnancy announcement video. That's literally the first thing we both said out loud to each other. And we're like, all right.
Yeah, yep, that's her theme song now.
Yeah, exactly.
And people know there was like a royalty song. It's in iTunes.
Yeah.
And Good Mythical Morning used it like years ago. And I used, and they're like, you stole Good Mythical Morning's theme song. Like, it's like one of 35 songs that you can use in iMovie, okay? I don't know what it's called, but that's all I got, okay?
Oh my God. We're limited, folks. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break. When we get back, I have a lot of questions for you about just how the beauty industry has evolved.
Ooh,
and
hey.
what you're working on. We'll be right back with Kandee Johnson on Not Too Deep.
Not too deep.
Would you look at that? It's time for you to turn your dream into a reality with Squarespace, who happens to be supporting this episode of Not Too Deep. Squarespace makes it easier than ever to launch your passion project. Let's say you want to start a new business. Would you like to showcase your work? Would you like to publish your content? Would you like to sell products or more? Well, Squarespace is the tool for you. They have beautiful templates created by world-class designers and the ability to customize just about anything with a few clicks, so you can easily make a beautiful website all by yourself. Plus, they have powerful e-commerce functionality that lets you sell anything online, and they have analytics that help you grow your site in real time. Plus, everything is optimized for mobile right out of the box, because we all use our phones more than computers most of the time, and they got you covered. There's nothing to patch or upgrade ever, and buying domains is simple. You can get all the help you need with Squarespace's 24/7 award-winning customer support if you need it. They empower millions of people, from designers to lawyers, artists, gamers, restaurants, gyms, and now you, to help you turn your great ideas into something real. So head to squarespace.com/grace for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, use the offer code GRACE to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/grace, offer code GRACE.
Not too deep.
Support for today's episode comes from Bare Minerals. The creators of clean beauty, purity in formulation, and uncompromising performance have always been the guiding principles of Bare Minerals, because they believe that makeup and skincare should make your skin better, not just better looking. And this has been the Bare Minerals philosophy since they began the clean beauty revolution in 1995. Some of you probably weren't even born in 1995, but they were making money moves in 1995 with their best-selling Original Foundation, which offers creamy, lightweight, buildable coverage that's naturally luminous. And the clean formula is made with only 5 good-for-skin ingredients. You guessed it. They're all minerals, including non-chemical SPF protection. Makeup so pure, you can sleep in it. I mean, don't do that, but you could. And it actually improves your skin over time. It's everything your skin needs, nothing it doesn't, because for Bare Minerals to be clean without compromise means good for skin formulas with proven performance. And like every Bare Minerals product, it's 100% cruelty-free. And better yet, both the original and matte loose powder foundations are available in 30 shades. So upgrade to clean beauty products. Use the foundation finder at bareminerals.com to find your perfect match. First-time customers will get 15% off when you use the promo code NOT2DEEP. That's bareminerals.com, promo code NOT2DEEP for 15% off your first purchase. Bare Minerals, the power of good. We're back on Not Too Deep with Kandee Johnson. Okay, so you've been in the beauty industry on YouTube forever. Which,
yeah, I'm like the grandma.
Yeah.
I'm like the Dr. Dre.
But you start, like, you have, like, all the certifications. You have every,
yeah,
like,
I was like a professional makeup artist for like 10 years before.
Which I imagine that when the beauty industry on YouTube really started to take off, that was a hard thing to be like, oh, lumped into this kind of, stereotype that it's just a bunch of like little girls
like
putting
love makeup.
Yeah, that know how to do their own makeup but don't know how to do other people's makeup. And you have to be like, no, I actually kind of...
Yeah, I'm like, I really can do it on other face shapes and eye shapes and skin colors, actually.
Yeah, I'm a pro.
That look doesn't work on everybody's eyelid, just saying.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, have you had to like combat that over the years?
Yeah, I think so, because people be like, oh, this is how you're supposed to do it. And I was like, what? This is how you're supposed to do it if you're one girl that learned how to do it herself and you don't know what that looks like in real life, because you can filter up a video on Instagram. And so or just seeing things done really wrong. Like, what the heck? That's going to give you an eye infection or something.
Are there people that you watch that you think are doing it right as well? I really like Glam and Gore.
Oh, yeah. She's amazing.
Mikey.
Yeah.
Yeah. She seems a lot like you in the fact that she's like professionally trained and like special effects, knows how to do all that kind of stuff. And
yeah, I think she went to film school or something too, for editing or something. I could be making that up, but I think so.
Sure. Everything is fact on this podcast.
I'm just making up new facts. But like people like that really have a passion for, like she has a passion for the special effects. And other people that have the passion for their area, they go in depth, and when they share knowledge, it's coming from their place of passion for it that I think is different. And when you watch it, you feel that. You know?
You also worked on Glam Masters.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That was fun.
Yeah. Talk about this. This was a reality competition show.
Yeah.
Was it on?
It was on Lifetime.
On Lifetime.
And Kim Kardashian was the executive producer. So that was, like a big, so Mario, her makeup artist, he was one of the judges. And it was so fun for so many reasons. I mean, we were doing like 18-hour days some days, but
because it's a beauty competition show.
Yeah, and so their challenges would take like forever, and then they'd have to photograph them with all these different like 360 cameras, and you just be like, "It's 3 a.m.
Oh my god!
Can you just hurry up?" But it was amazing because one, I didn't have to edit a thing. I just show up. I just sit there like a princess or something. I was like, I don't gotta do anything. This is like, what? I just have to get my hair done and get my makeup done. Like, I felt like I was Kim Kardashian. I was like, I am living my best life.
Yeah.
It was great. I'm like, I don't have to get thumbnails. I don't have to get still shots. I don't have to promote this.
That's what having a team around you.
It was great.
What was your initial reaction when they came to you to do this show? Were you like all on board immediately, or was it
and they had come to me like 2 years earlier. So it was like a long working process. It was a long time finding the host, finding the other people, everything. But I was always like on board to do it. And I could have done that all day long. People are like, oh my gosh, we were here 18 hours. I'm like, we sat in a chair. Okay? Like, I've had some terrible jobs in my life where 18 hours that would have been hell. I'm like, this is a dream, folks. You guys got to go get some jobs, some terrible jobs somewhere.
No, that perspective is so healthy and so grounding. And like,
I'm not cleaning anybody's toilets. I'm like, this is heaven. They make us food and snacks. And
that's so important to have that kind of perspective. And Mamrie is really great at that when we're on set. And if any of us are grumpy, she just literally goes, we could be digging ditches. And then we immediately snap out of it and go, oh, we're so lucky to be able to do this bullshit right now.
And this is what you're getting paid for. Like, those moments hit me all the time. And I'm like, remember when you're at your waitressing job and you would just be like daydreaming of anything else, reason you could quit and how you could, like, I'll sell shoes on eBay. I'll do anything just to not be here tomorrow, you know?
How was it being a judge, though? Because I feel like that I get too nervous about telling people.
Oh, the negative part? I'm not good at criticism, so I just be like, oh.
You were the Paula Abdul?
I was the Paula. I was like, please make me be the Paula. You make me be Simon. But it was great because we had like such a big cast and like they were better at dishing out this stuff. And sometimes, I mean, just from a place of care, I was like, I mean, this is you can't be crazy, be like cheering everybody.
Yeah. You have to call a spade when something's bad. It's only going to make them better
and
by
I was
acknowledging
like, her eyelashes sticking up. That just glue it down. What were you doing?
Is that
the details, people?
Is that how you originally met Kim Kardashian?
No, I met her before. I think I actually met Kris Jenner and Kylie Jenner at an event. Okay. I did this like a nail polish thing for the same line she did. Like, I felt like that was such a big step down. They're like, we're doing a collection with Kylie Jenner, and then next, Kandee Johnson. I just felt like I was like, are you sure? I mean, this feels like a real fall to the floor for my level from Kylie. But I met them, and Kris Jenner is amazing. Like, she is so kind and wonderful and nice, and I feel like you see people portrayed on a reality show in some way, and you don't see how amazing their heart is. Like, I'm watching her dealing with all of these kids' issues on the phone, getting Kylie there. She's on the phone about one other child's event or something, and then her just being charming and sweet and nice to people. I was like,
that's great.
How are you like this fairy
Power
person?
Mom. Yeah.
And then I met Kim a couple times. She had like a thing at her house, like a beauty launch for her event, and then I don't know, I met like at a birthday party, at Kylie's birthday party, something like that. But then we only like filmed a video together.
Right, you did the Jasmine transformation with her.
Yeah. Which is crazy because normally those take me like 4 hours and they're like, Kim has 45 minutes for makeup, costume, and wig. And I was like, are you kidding me?
Really?
You're pranking me?
That's what happened?
Takes hours. Yeah, so it was like the fastest makeup job. So I watch it now and I'm like, oh my gosh, trash. This is just trash.
No, you won a Streamy for it.
I don't know how. I was like so embarrassed. I was like, you're giving me the Streamy. Are you kidding? No. I got hate for days on those eyebrows. I was like,
girl,
come on.
This podcast somehow won a Streamy. So we're all in good company.
That should be applauded though.
No, wait, you got hate on the eyebrows?
First, people were hating on Kim, you know, and I was like, oh, people are mean.
Yeah.
And then they started hating on me, and I was like, hey, stop it.
Knock it off.
They're like, okay, you were already mean to her, now stop there. They were like, oh, her eyebrows, you messed up. I was like, You guys, I'm not trying to give her Kim's daily eyebrows. I'm trying to give her the cartoon. Like,
look at the
I'm
cartoon.
known for artistry. I'm trying to jazz it up, folks. And they were just like,
everyone will find a problem with everything.
Something. And I couldn't see the one side of her face. I had 45 minutes. I was freaking out. I wasn't walking to that side. I did not blend on the one side. Like, don't kill me. I know how to blend. You've seen my other videos. People.
Watch the 2,000 other videos.
The other side of her face looked good. You just couldn't see it because I was standing in front of it. Where I could see.
Okay, now you've come out with makeup lines. It seems like based on some vague tweets, you got some stuff in the works.
I got some stuff in the works.
How do you go about, because I feel like, I know very minimal about makeup, but I feel like there's a lot of scrutiny on like the kind of products you use and animal testing.
Oh my gosh, it's like, just crazy.
Yeah, how do you even go about starting to develop like a makeup line or a palette or things like that?
I mean, I think those things are so hard. I just did the collaboration with Too Faced, so it was easy because they're like a machine, Right. So I would just be like, these are all my colors and rework. I was just annoying about the shades and like the texture and the scent.
Oh, but I think that's purposeful. I don't think that's annoying. Like,
yeah,
this is,
I'm just glad they didn't hate me. I was like, oh my gosh. And then when we finally got the palettes back, I was like, this black eyeshadow is not black enough.
Really?
And they were like, it'll be fine. I was like, no, I don't. We can't do this. And it cost them like 6-figure numbers to take this color out and have it remade. And I felt terrible.
But also you have to stand by your
product.
I was
like, but that's the first time my name will be on a palette. And they were so great. They're like, we're going to do it. And I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you for not hating me.
But no, you would have been kicking yourself
had
you
the whole
not.
time. If I'd have been like, oh, this
just
light
let it
black.
go.
I'm like, it needs to be like, I want like the darkest black eyeshadow around. And somehow it wasn't. And I was like, oh.
But no, that's a sign of a great collaborator too. Someone that actually like listens to what you say and like makes like adjustments
really
accordingly.
In there with everything. So I feel like nowadays, I feel like it's really hard, and I feel like everybody's got a makeup line now. Like, I mean, I was a kid at 12 years old in like the 90s. I'd be chopping up like my Bonnie Bell, lip smack or lip balms. And I'd be like scraping out different eyeshadows and mixing them, making lip glosses, like a little mad makeup scientist. Like I wanted to do a makeup line since the 90s. And so I feel like now everybody's got a makeup line. Like every person that's Instagram, YouTube, they all have a line. So it like deterred me from wanting to do it because I feel like now it's oversaturated. Now there's so much, but I know my stuff would be like nothing anybody has, and it's not going to look like anybody. So
that's what I mean. I feel like your stuff has been literally years, decades in the making in your brain. That it's like whatever you create, I trust the product of.
Thanks.
Because your palette I use every day still.
Really?
Yeah, the white.
That one's gone probably. That's gone. That and the yellow are gone out of my sister. She's like, can you just make more of this? I'm like, I can't.
Also, everything smells amazing. So
yes, I was like, it's got to smell like vanilla.
No, it's great. I love every single shade there. But I trust because you are an expert and you actually are super thoughtful and caring about like the things that you create. That I would trust anything you make. So I can imagine that it must be a difficult process to get exactly what you want.
What you want. And like my history of doing, I mean, I've done this for years. I've done makeup indoors, outdoors, on set, in the wilderness, on every type of skin, every age. Like, so I feel like I have so many requirements of things. Like it's got to do X, Y, and Z. It can't just be some 20-year-old that's like, oh, I smear Vaseline with a tint in it and it's glorious. Like that doesn't work.
Yeah.
And when you're beyond 20, like so.
What do you see are the next trends makeup wise? Because I feel like
what I see and what I want are probably two different things.
Okay, what do you want to be the next trends? Because I feel like highlighter's been a thing that when I was growing up, highlighter I never knew existed until like 5 years ago.
I don't really think they made it. Like there wasn't highlighters, really. It was just like you put blush on. Mm-hmm. That's all your cheeks got was some blush.
Exactly. I also stay away from highlighter because I just naturally under like lighting start to sweat anyway. That I'm like now I just look like I have an oily face. Like
now you're just sparkly and oily.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But what do you hope is a trend that comes up?
I hope a return to a more simple, natural beauty, like just beautiful skin, making your skin beautiful. And less of so much. I mean, there's so many young girls you see, 13, 14, 15-year girls with so much eye makeup, so much stuff, so much everywhere. I'm like, you look like you're 30 and you're 12,
Yeah.
And I feel like it's fun. I love makeup and I love playing with it and I love everybody practicing and playing. But I think everybody's just latched on to this one look of so much makeup with a cut crease and all this stuff. And you don't see that every day. I don't go to the grocery store and I'm like, wow, look at that cut crease with 25 shades. That bread aisle is like glowing because of you, you know, like you don't see that. Like unless I go to makeup events after, I'm like, woo, woo, woo. Everybody's just
they're showing
off everywhere, you know, but in the day to day.
I mean, I'm with you. I feel like you reach that age when you start to like you can wear makeup and so you play with it and you go overboard and then hopefully you start to scale back a little bit.
Yeah. I want to look pretty. I don't want people to be like, "Oh, your makeup is amazing." I'm like, "But there's a face under here." You can't see it, but
also, you're the master of the Throwback Thursday, Flashback Friday photos.
Oh yeah, it's when I've got like nothing left to do. I'm like, I got no good pictures this week. We're gonna do a Throwback Thursday.
Your photos of you as a teenager are so moody and so wonderful. And I just saw the photo that you posted of you and your sister wearing like Levi's. Like it's like,
oh my gosh, like my dad's 501s. I'm like, my dad's like, where are my pants? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe me and my sister stole them all.
They are so amazing. And the fact that you have all those photos still.
I mean, that's maybe all I have because who took pictures back then? Like nobody was taking pictures.
True. Yeah,
I've got like
no
maybe
digital
three
camera.
random not at a school of function photo. Nobody's taking pictures. They're just living their lives.
Do you need to get permission from your sister when you post those?
No. There was like a headgear moment though when I was like, it was like full on headgear and I was like, how do you feel about this going on the internet? And she was like, what else you got? I'm like, you don't approve of the freshly applied headgear apparatus?
That's a good sister. That's what sisters are for. I love it. They always look like an old, like, My So-Called Life campaign.
They are. It's on My So-Called Life.
Oh, it's amazing. It kills me every week. I can't wait to see what else you pull out.
I got one fan in Grace. Thanks.
Oh, no. But also you look exactly the same as you did when you were a teenager. Like, it's unreal. And also your mother.
Better hair, healthier, shinier hair back then for sure.
Yeah, right. Can we talk about your mother? Who is seemingly the sweetest woman. I don't know if she's a bitch behind closed doors.
No, she's like literally an angel walking the earth. I'm like, I want everyone to be your mom because you're just so great.
She is so sweet. And you've given her makeovers and videos.
Oh, she's so nice to let me do that.
Yeah, how is she when you're like, will you sit down in front of a camera?
Oh, she was great. I mean, she's literally, I've been making her do makeovers with me since I was 12. Like,
really?
In my house, like, Mom, let me give you a makeover. And she'd be so nice. Like, I'd tease her hair up and I'd do all the makeup. And we probably have like one documented photo of that because I was like, I've got to show my before and after. From when you were doing the dishes to now, it's remarkable. I'm Kandee the makeover wizard. You know?
Does she understand YouTube at all?
Oh yeah, now she does.
Okay.
At first, my family was like, "What are you wasting your time doing the little videos on YouTube? Like you should be working more."
Yeah. You're like, this is work.
I'm like, I actually got enough money to pay my cell phone bill, guys. Okay, so this is a living.
Yeah. You don't get it.
It's gonna get big, maybe.
Does she get recognized ever?
It's so weird because she'll get recognized before me. Like if we were at Disneyland, I'm literally right there. I'm right there next to her, and people be like, "Oh my gosh, you're Kandee Johnson's mom." I'm like, Kandee Johnson is right here. Like, right here. And then my mom, she was like so excited. She loves when people come up to her. We're at Disneyland.
Oh, she loves
I had to pee because I was doing this stupid detox diet, just drinking gallons of water. Disneyland's terrible. And so like I'm in the bathroom for like the 85th time. And then my mom's like, "Oh, honey, this girl came up and she said she would just die and cry if she ever met you in real life." And I said, "She's actually here. She's just in the bathroom." I'm like, I'm in the bathroom. Say I'm on a ride. She could be thinking other things. And so then I was like, "Oh, that's so great." And then so we're walking out. My mom's like, "That's the girl. That's the girl. You have to go in the store and surprise her." And so we did, and she did start crying. But my mom,
that's amazing. Though your mom
recognized my mom before me. I'm like, "Oh, cool, okay."
Oh, but your she's a star. She's such a sweetheart.
Well, she'll talk. She'll talk to everybody. She's making friends with everybody. She's like, "I made friends with this man at the grocery store." I'm like, "Mom, who's making friends at the grocery store, the gas station, like everywhere?" She's just finding people that want to be her friend.
Oh, that's so sweet. Also, you're back on a fitness kick right now, yeah?
Yeah, for my birthday.
Yeah, how's that going? Your birthday's in July?
Yeah, so I have like a little less than 3 months if my math is sort of correct.
Okay, what's the plan?
The plan is to be in the best shape of my life by my birthday.
Whoa.
Yeah, like we want like a 6-pack and stuff.
Oh, girl,
and we want less cellulite.
Oh,
everywhere.
Last year at your makeup launch, you were wearing like a latex full body thing, and I was suffocating on behalf of you.
I sweat out. Like sweat was literally pooling up at the wrists, and I would like pull the latex thing off, and sweat would come out. It was the most disgusting. People would hug me, and like the air would poof up the shoulder, and then the sweat would gush back down. I was like, I hate this. Is the worst dress idea of my whole life. I was so excited about that stupid dress.
Oh, it was incredible. You look like a cartoon character.
It
was
felt
unreal.
like disgust. Like I felt like literal slime.
Well, you held it well. You looked very refined.
If you want to lose 20 pounds, latex dress.
I mean, they
no
say
water weight.
Put trash bags over and go for a jog like Rocky, but no, get a full latex
dress. Just hang out for the night. Go on a date.
But what are you doing now? You're doing just full like exercise.
I got a trainer.
Oh, hell yeah.
And she's like a fitness competitor. So I was like, just make me look like you. Like your body. I just want to buy your body, really. And then the first day we did legs. Like I've been working out for like a year, but like, I couldn't walk for 3 days.
Really?
I couldn't even get out of my car. It took me like a good 45 seconds just to like move out of the car and then walk like I'm 90 in the store. I'm like, it was terrible. But I'm like, this is, and now she's like, your food is your problem. And I was like, no. Every day she's like, what did you eat? I was like,
oh no, she's holding you accountable.
Like, I had 2 Mexican wedding cookies yesterday because they were really good. And she's like, you can't eat those. I'm like,
But okay, so you want to be in the best shape of your life by your birthday.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Just like you want to be feeling physically fit?
I want to be feeling really strong and fit. I don't want to feel, I just want to feel like I did this. I worked hard enough to make my body look how I want it to look.
Yeah.
And feel strong and feel fit and feel good and energetic. And I don't want to feel squishy. Anyway, I don't feel hard. Like, you're like, that feels like she works out.
Yeah, I don't want to feel squishy.
Yeah, not such squishy hugs.
No, but that is the most accurate description.
You feel that ab right there when you feel that whatever trapezius something in the back.
No, but that's great. So you're on track.
Yeah, and I'm going to order my little food delivery, so I eat the food and not go off.
When you hit your birthday, do you have your like reward meal or something in mind, or is it like birthday is the goal but gonna keep going after?
No, I want to keep going because I was in really good shape before, and then it just changes your relationship with food and eating. I'm slowly getting to the not Mexican wedding cookies in the afternoon phase.
It's a pendulum swing.
Yes,
then
it'll be like balanced. I'll be like, I can eat the cookies.
There you go. Yeah,
I used to bake not donuts. I used to bake these cupcakes. I eventually did a recipe for those on YouTube as well. But I would run like 10 miles a day.
Wow.
I would eat the whole dozen cupcakes every day. I was baking these cupcakes every day. I'm like, dude, I'm the cupcake master. Put me on Cupcake Wars because my recipe will kill. And I was like just eating.
But it's canceling out all the exercise that you're doing.
Yeah, the kids would be like, didn't you make cupcakes? I was like, yeah, make another batch right now. I'll bake 5 more batches.
Oh, well, I can't wait to see how the journey continues.
Me too.
Well, okay, we're going to take one last quick break, and when we get back, we have a bunch of Twitter questions for you.
Ooh.
So we'll be right back with Kandee Johnson on Not Too Deep.
Not too deep.
This episode of Not Too Deep is brought to you by Lisa. Lisa believes that a bed is more than just a place to sleep. It's a place for relaxation and rest, and they believe that every body has the right to rest, and that's why they make 2 awesome mattresses plus accessories and bases to give your body the deep rest it needs. The all-foam Lisa mattress is new and improved, featuring cooling LSA 200 foam for enhanced pressure relief for side sleepers. I don't fully know what that means, but it sounds impressive, no? Their Sapira hybrid mattress is the perfect combination of foam and spring for pressure relief and edge-to-edge support. And Lisa's mission is to provide a better night's sleep for everybody from day one. So they set out to create a company with heart, and that's why they donate 1 mattress for every 10 they sell to organizations that work in causes like foster care prevention. And to date, they've donated more than 32,000 mattresses through more than 1,000 nonprofits. I have a Lisa mattress. I recently got my mom and stepdad a Lisa mattress, and my mom did her research and texted me, and she was like, I love that I'm sleeping on a mattress that gives back to humanity. So it's just all around a really wonderful company. And now you guys can get 15% off your entire order at lisa.com/grace if you use promo code GRACE. That's LEESA.com/grace, promo code GRACE.
Not too deep.
For years, we've been told that, quote, clean meant one thing, sanitize. It's supposed to be healthy, but sanitizers and disinfectants wipe out everything, all the good, healthy stuff, along with any of the bad. So like your gut, your home has a microbiome too, and research is starting to show that this kill-em-all approach may be going too far with negative effects on our health, especially for our kids. But now Aunt Fanny's brings probiotics to your home and your hands with their new microcosmic line. These household cleaners and hand soaps add good with probiotic power. Each has an extract of beneficial bacteria plus super effective plant-based ingredients to be tough on dirt and gentle on you. These formulas are non-toxic, they're cruelty-free, and they have 100% essential oil scents, so there's no fake fragrances. They're hypoallergenic and dermatologist tested too. If you have pets or kids that you're at all concerned about, Aunt Fanny's is the way to go. Plus, Aunt Fanny's, who doesn't want to say that out loud or in their head when they're purchasing products that are going to make their life better? It's a win-win all around. Why stop at just natural cleaning when you can do one better with probiotics? Shop now at antfannys.com/good and get 20% off your entire order with coupon code GRACE at checkout. That's antfannys.com/good, coupon code GRACE. Okay, Kandee, before we get into these Twitter questions, I'm going to ask you the two questions I've asked every single guest on the podcast. And you've already been a guest on the podcast, so you've answered these in the past. But we'll see if you
they're
have
new and exciting.
We'll see if you have new answers. The first question is, who, alive or dead, would you most want to throw cold spaghetti at?
Oh, alive or dead? I mean, if I'm going to do a fast answer, I would say Hitler.
Yeah.
Because that's like the first awful person that pops into my head.
Yeah. That makes sense. We've had a lot of Hitlers as answers. Yeah. And it makes sense.
That's not exciting.
No. It's just true. It's like we all want to see it happen.
Yeah, like first thought, Hitler.
Done. Yeah. Okay. The other question I ask every guest is to tell us your worst pants shitting story or close call, but you can only use 3 words or 3 small phrases. So, for instance, mine is college, jogging, front lawn. Even though I guarantee I have an updated one, but at some point we'll figure that out.
I mean, it wasn't my pants, but I would say maybe childhood closet. Is that 2 words, 1 word? Childhood
we'll take it.
Closet trash.
I'll take it.
Perfect.
I'll take it. Also, wait, I just saw that you just took a personality test.
Mm-hmm.
Did you take the Myers-Briggs personality test?
Yes.
How'd it go for you? Because I'm obsessed with that test.
It was crazy. I'm the adventurer.
Oh, really?
Apparently. And I was like, I don't know what the other letters were with it. I just remember adventurer.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, dang it. This is like really accurate.
Yeah, isn't it scary?
And I was like, should I take it again and really lock in those couple questions I was a little skeptical on, but I jumped to a new. What was yours?
Mine is the mediator.
What? What does that even mean?
It's I wrote down INFP. It's like, but also the same thing. When I first took the test, I was scared at how accurate it was about me that I literally sent it to all of my friends and was like, please take this test.
Please join me.
And then they took it and I found out that theirs were scarily accurate to them too.
What?
So I trust the Myers-Briggs test like to no end.
It's weird because you get these weird questions and some are like hard to answer.
But also I've retaken it like months later just to double check like what you're saying. Same. It's the same, but because there's every different category gives you like a percentage of how much you are, like introverted versus extroverted. It's like you're 60% introverted, 40%, but still like my outcome didn't change, but the percentages of each one
just switch around. I was like, maybe I don't want to be the adventurer. And then I was like,
But you're like, but this is me.
But I did say that. And I did say I don't like going to large parties sometimes. So
but it is also so fascinating because then there's another website. I forget what it's called, but it's another Myers-Briggs website where you can see how different personalities get along with each other in terms of friendships and relationships. Yeah. So any significant other, I'm like, please take this test. And then I immediately go into like the database and I'm like, are we
compatible?
Yeah, exactly.
This is much better than astrology, actually.
Exactly. You're like, this is like truth.
This is way deeper and individualized.
Oh, yeah. But I was so excited to hear that you were
then they
taking
had like
it.
all the breakdowns. It was like, you in a relationship, you in a career. I was like, oh my gosh, this is frighteningly correct.
I think I cried the first time I read it because it was so intensively like me. And I mean, to be fair, I've been told to like calm down about it because it's literally you're filling out a quiz with all the things about you and the quiz is just reciting the things you filled out back at you, basically.
But not really.
But
because
it's like
some
more
were weird. It was
than
like all the things about like, do you like social events? I was like, no, not really. I don't.
Yeah.
And then like the other things, I was like, I don't know if I'm answering right. And then my son was taking it with me and he's like, don't do the middle gray. You have to pick one. I was like, oh shoot, I was going to gray out the middle with all my answers. Like, see, I don't know, gray.
Anytime I've asked someone to take it, I'm like, I won't be in the room. Just please be as honest as possible on this test. Because the first time I was filling it out, I could tell that I was being nervous of like,
you're like, I know this sounds like a good answer.
Yeah, exactly. I know I don't like social situations, but maybe sometimes I do.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like being home alone all the time. Like I kind of like going, I like being invited.
I like the option.
I like knowing I could.
No, I was so excited because I'm like obsessive about those things. And I
have
think
to look at what my letters are. Because it was like, I am ENPFJ. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Just tell me the name.
Mine's the mediator. And that's the only thing I remember.
That sounds great, Grace, by the way. That sounds like you are wanted everywhere. Like, we want the mediator here.
I want to make sure everyone's happy and everyone's doing okay.
Yeah. That's a great person to have around.
Hey, I'll take it. Even though that person doesn't want to leave her house. So I'll Skype in
whenever you are around people, they love it.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into these Twitter questions. A lot of beautiful souls have beautiful questions for you.
Yay.
Someone wants to know, has it been difficult to remain such a positive light online throughout the years? The internet can be a pretty great place, but it can also be super shitty.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you are truly like a self-help book constantly online. I feel like you are always either enforcing on your Instagram story or on Twitter just like really positive mantras about like love and light kind of situations.
I mean, I hope so. I hope it doesn't come off as like cheeseball because I'll see people I know doing that. I'm like, that just don't. Just go back to just posting your champagne and your shoes. Just don't try to be that person, you know? But I hope people feel that it's genuine from my heart. Like, I know the world is hurting. Like, I didn't know the level of people hurting as much until I started doing YouTube. I didn't know how many people were suicidal until I started getting all the emails. And I get messages every day of people at suicide, on the verge of suicide. So it just is so huge. It's just a huge epidemic. And I know, I mean, not that everybody's suicidal, but everybody feels down that they don't want to go on anymore. They don't want to deal with the pain in their life. So I hope something I say helps people. And even if my agent or whoever is being like, Kandee, stop with those posts. This is not how you're going to grow your following, you know.
But you're like, it's more than that.
I'm like, but you don't understand that this 12-year-old girl said that she was thinking of killing herself. And I said something that changed her mind. Like, I can't even fathom that I could even do that with this, you know. So the internet's just like trash a lot of the time. So I hope there's something good. I get depressed. I go on Twitter 2 seconds. I'm like, oh, great. The world is done. We're all done. No, humanity sucks.
No, it's always such a bright little moment in my Instagram stories when it pops up and you're just like genuinely like, I hope that you are happy and like, here's reason to be happy. And I'm like, she's right. I should be happy. I should hug someone near me right now.
I hope so. Because I get those people that are like, oh, you and your post. I'm like, you're just so, somebody's like, I'm so sick of your positive posts. I'm like, what? You're just so positive. You can't handle any more positivity. You're all positive out. Or, and only imagine your life, actually.
Yeah, that person's really thriving then. If they're like, I can't take how happy you want others to be.
Yeah, they're like, I'm so sick of your positive posts. I'm like, okay.
Great, go to Reddit.
I'm so sick of your attitude already.
Someone wants to know, is the YouTube beauty guru drama manufactured or real?
Oh, it's real, all right.
Really?
It's
Yeah,
terribly real.
I don't deep dive enough to know specifics of things, but I've known that over the last couple years, it's become more like brought to light.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a little far removed from it because like I'm older and wiser.
Yeah,
or it's just older. But I feel like the people that are more emotionally charged and feeling some kind of way, I feel like there's just so much drama. Like I just stopped going to some beauty events because I'm like, I don't want to side eye from her, and I can't, if I talk to you, you're mad and think I'm on this side. It's just like middle
there's a lot
school.
of high school, yeah,
like it's even regressed. Like it's like middle schooly, like
really,
where they're just like,
jeez,
yeah,
invite me to BeautyCon. I come and shake things up and be like, let's talk it out. I'm a mediator.
Here we go. A WWE ring, and they're like, in this corner, we've got Blush Love 72.
I would love that. Okay, someone says, how does she stay so genuine in the world of YouTubers?
Oh, YouTubers. That's a cool. I never heard YouTubers before. I should start saying that. I'm a YouTuber.
This is legit.
I'm just not YouTube.
No, I think you do a good job of like from the outside looking in. It looks like you do a good job of like in being in that world, in that realm, but also having like the healthy perspective of like, I'm not getting involved in this drama.
No,
like, I'm
and
gonna
it's like
do my own thing.
Totally. And it's like not a superficial world, but I feel like beauty can be very much about external.
Yes.
Everything from the car you drive, the bag you wear, the shoes you have, how your hair's done, how your body looks.
Right.
You know, it's become so different than when it first started, you know? And I feel like for me, maybe it helped. Like my mom homeschooled me when I was little. So
really?
Nobody teased me until I went to like older kids and I went back to school and I was like, why the heck are you making fun of my outfit? Like, just look at your outfit. If you don't like my shoes, then look at your shoes. Like, I didn't get it, you know? And I was like, what the heck are you doing? I was like, I'm just being me over here, and now you're trying to hate me.
Yeah.
And these girls like, where do you buy your shoes? I was like, at the cool store, where do you buy your shoes? Like, I didn't get it, you know? So I feel like I've just always marched to like a beat of my own drum that was a little different. And so at first, some moments I felt pressure. I'm like, do I need to buy a bodycon dress and only wear these Louboutin shoes and buy a YSL clutch and do all the things? And then I was like, ew. This is not you, Kandee. I felt gross. And I was like, no, you're going to wear whatever you want to wear.
I think that's so important.
You're going to wear your different earrings that don't go. You're going to wear these things. I'm going to wear these shoes I've worn 12 times because I bought them and I like them. I really actually like wearing my outfits, and I will never post about them. Like, I will dress weird. I will not take one photo to post on Instagram. And it's cooler when you have people on the street being like, oh, you have dope style. You have this or that. I'm like, cool. You're genuine. You're interacting with me for real. I'm not going to post this on the internet for all these people to come fashion critics and be like, well, why are you wearing that pattern and this thing? I'm like, because you don't need that validation on the internet.
That's such an adult, mature perspective on all of this, because I think, especially young kids, and I bet that you can imagine this in like your daughter, that like you don't want her growing up in a world where she feels like numbers validate you, and like
or your
likes
followers or your likes, or that egg got more likes than Kylie Jenner. An egg. I'm telling you.
When I heard about that, Corey Cool told Mamrie and I that, and I was like, you're pranking us. That's impossible. And then I was like, this is incredible. Yeah, the internet is arbitrary and stupid.
It's crazy.
And invalidating at the same time.
And if it's a machine and you do the things, and I met the 3 people that were behind the egg, and they were like, we were up for, I don't know how many days straight, not sleeping, replying and commenting to everyone and getting the thing. And I was like, that's a lot. Yeah.
So this wasn't this wasn't just a random like normal thing. This was calculated and cool. Then it takes a lot of the mystique away.
And think about like some of the coolest musicians, the coolest people you know, they don't have a following. Like they have very little following. So followings insignificant to me. Like,
Yeah.
in the beauty community, people want to collab because you have X amount of numbers of followers. And I'm like, that's just gross.
Right.
Collab because it's a cool person.
And I'm so with you. I also love that you curate your own Instagram to be whatever the fuck you want it to be every day.
Yeah,
that
it's
you
like
post
a
anything.
gumbo potpourri mess of who knows what.
But I love that because I sometimes go through like peaks and valleys of going, oh, should I curate something
like
that's like
look, a feel.
that's
I know.
manufactured and looks a certain way that gives a vibe, and I'm like, no, my vibe is sloppy floppy, like whatever is happening.
I love it.
And so that it would be so bothersome to try and like go through
if you had a whole
theme.
Like
I'm like, blue is my theme, and I'm like, what?
What? But I did this yesterday. Like I can't fit the theme.
Yeah. No, I love that yours is still like, here's a photo. Great. This is exactly.
Do you like it or no? Because I have nothing else.
I'm in a bathroom. Here we go.
It's literally just like all I have. I'm like, well, that's there. So you like it or no? No, that didn't do well. Okay, I'll remember that next time.
I love it. Okay, someone wants to know, what have you learned this year? Kandee is so full of wisdom.
Oh gosh, well, thanks.
I mean, I think you are. What's the biggest thing you've learned in like the last year?
Oh, the last year, that would be a really big lesson. A lot happened last year. I mean, it was a lot of things like relationship stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I lost like both my grandparents. It was, I think, in letting go of things and then realizing like to take care of me because I don't do that, and like not to be like, oh, self-care. But when you have a work ethic, which I would say more than a hustle, because I feel like everybody's saying they hustle nowadays, and like it just sounds cool to be like hustling, everybody hustling.
It's a buzzword.
And I was like, but the difference is like having a work ethic is something you don't always talk about. You're just doing it. You know, like I don't post that I'm up every night working. Haven't posted anything that people don't know I'm working on behind the scenes.
Right.
But
and you're not sitting there being like, secret project.
Yeah, like sometimes I am, because I'm like, I haven't talked about this in like 6 months and I should say something. But I think what I've learned is like, you really have to take time. And like, even for me being like, take 15 minutes a day and just sit and don't look at your phone. Just let your brain process without any stimulus anywhere and do things to take care of me. So I feel recharged and I feel healthy, because being on your grind for, this decade of YouTube has been the hardest I've ever worked in my life.
Oh,
it's like having 25 jobs with no days off.
Mm-hmm. And
when you've gone record days without sleeping more than 4 hours or, you're not eating right, you're just editing. It's just not healthy,
No.
And even having so many people give their feedback on your life, it's really hard. And so I think you just have to step back. And I think I've just realized like, this is my life and the things I want to do. And sometimes what looks like something falling apart or something not working is actually like when you prune a rose bush, like you have to prune some of it so it can blossom back more. And instead of me feeling bad about areas, some areas are being pruned off and removed so that the blossoms can grow bigger in other areas. I'm not just like beating this dead thing over here, making it work. There's something bigger that's like, drop that stupid thing. This thing's going to be 20 times bigger. So doing that, I think, has been a big lesson.
I think that's huge and super important for people to realize that sometimes you have to cut weight to like float to the surface a little bit further, and also it's recognizing when to cut the weight is huge, because you could waste so much time trying to figure out how to pull this up with you when it's never gonna work.
And the peace isn't there, the joy isn't in the something, and there's always going to be joy in the something new. And it's just so crazy how you see like some people started as one thing and then they left. Justin Bieber still isn't doing drums on YouTube.
Right.
Like the boy moved on, like imagine if he was still like the drum master on YouTube. He's just like Justin Bieber drummer boy, like
oh, how he hasn't done a drummer boy like Christmas thing.
Yes, like come on, Biebs, we know you love the drums.
Oh, that's so great.
That's gonna be maybe that's on like his next album. He's like, coming back. Justin Bieber, the drummer boy.
Okay, last question. Someone wants to know, what's your YouTube guilty pleasure or just pleasure? Like, is there something that you go on and you watch, or
YouTube guilty pleasure,
or just like a stress relief or anything that you're like, I'm gonna turn this on?
And this is gonna sound so weird, but there's a lot of vlogs, like family vlogs that my kids like, and some I'm just like, no. For various reasons. There's a myriad of reasons why this is not going to be watched. But there's this family, I think they're called the Norris Nuts in Australia.
Okay.
They're the most charming, adorable family I've ever seen in my life. And they've got their little Australian accent, which I'm terrible at, so I'm not even going to bother replicating it.
No worries.
But like the brother and sister, like the little girl's like a skater in the X Games, and the little brother competes surfing, and then they sing these songs, and they're just like so cute to it. I've never seen siblings this cute to each other.
Norris nuts?
I think so.
Okay, I'm going to have to look this up.
And their phrase is like, catch me knuckles, because they like catch each other. They're like the cutest.
That's too cute.
Family. Like you just leave so happy and you're like, I want to be more like those little kids. They're just like brightening up the world everywhere.
Unaffected by how the world actually
they're the
works.
most positive. Like when one didn't, they were both competing at the X Games, and the one she's like, I didn't feel bad for her, and they're like telling each other like, I just wanted her to win more than me, and so I didn't even want to do my best, and you're just like, what?
Oh no!
Life lesson for everyone in the world. Like
it's too pure.
Yeah, the pureness is what gets me.
That's amazing.
If I watch too much of the garbage trash, I feel terrible. I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's what I've had to reevaluate a lot of the garbage trash that I've just been watching as a distraction to be like, maybe this is not good.
Yeah, like why am I looking at this at 2 a.m. and not sleeping?
Exactly. Okay, Kandee, what are you working on now? Can you say anything about anything coming up?
I can say some vague, boring things.
I love it. Give us all of it.
There is something I've been working on that will be coming out and sold in stores. Cool. It's not a makeup product.
Oh, cool.
But it will be in stores at the end of this year.
Nice.
We just had to finalize like final color of the packaging stuff.
Oh my God.
And we couldn't totally do the color I wanted, but
it's still going to be great.
I was like, okay, I guess you can't read my idea. The holographic letters that were just going to come off at your eyes. I mean...
But that'll be by the end of this year.
Yeah, the end of this year. And then there's like a couple TV projects.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited for you.
I'm super excited. I mean, I hope they keep going and stuff.
Yeah, that's so cool.
That's great. I'm like, I don't edit. I'll do 85 TV shows. I'll do a Hulu show. I'll do a Netflix show.
I will come and sit
I'll just do a show in the park.
Okay, Kandee, everyone that's made time for being on the podcast gets a personalized fortune cookie.
What?
So this is made for you specifically.
It's made for me?
Ish.
Without a paper in it? Is there no fortune?
Is there? I think there is somewhere.
Okay, I didn't.
Okay. I'm
like, is this the prank, the fortuneless fortune?
Oh, man. That would be such a bleak way to end
Who made these? Like, who put this in here? Oh my gosh, happy belated 10 years on YouTube. Now you're a bigger legacy than the entire series of Friends.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna frame this, Grace.
You got it, girl.
This is going on my, I'm gonna arrange these real aesthetically pleasing and this is going on Instagram.
I love it. Kandee, thank you so much for coming back on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, where can people find you if they don't know online?
Just at Kandee Johnson. My parents spelled it Kandee. Johnson is regular. That's all over.
Across
YouTube,
everything.
Instagram, Snapchat.
Thank you so much again.
Thanks, Grace.
Of course. We'll see you guys next time on another episode of Not Too Deep. Goodbye.
Too deep, too deep, too deep, not too deep with Grace Helbig.
This episode of Not Too Deep has been brought to you by Bare Minerals. As the creators of Clean Beauty, Bare Minerals is driven by a philosophy that makeup and skincare should make your skin better, not just better looking. And that's why their best-selling original foundation is made with only 5 ingredients. And you guessed it, they're all minerals. For Bare Minerals to be clean without compromise means good for skin formulas with proven performance. So upgrade to clean beauty products. Use the foundation finder at bareminerals.com to find your perfect match. And first-time customers will get 15% off when you use the promo code NOT2DEEP. Bare Minerals, the power of good. Not Too Deep is a production of Grace Helbig Incorporated, producer and edited by Melissa D. Montz, writing by Diane Kang, production assistance by Katrina Henning, post-production sound by Chris Henry, and an extra special thanks to Flula for the theme music.